stage is set to conquer your fears one step at a time. Yes. And I would definitely love to see all of you raise your hand if you have ever been afraid of something. Has anyone? Thank you. Thank you. See, all people, all are there. So every hand is up. And that's because fear is something we all experience. And you know what's funny about fear? It's like that monster under the bed when we were kids. Remember that? You know, so scary in the dark. But when mom or dad turned on the light, poof, just a pile of clothes or some toys. And today, we're actually going to turn on some lights together. Fear isn't some big, mysterious thing. It's actually pretty simple. Fear is just us imagining something painful that might happen in the future. It's like watching a scary movie in our minds, except we ourselves are writing the script. Think about it. You're afraid of giving a speech. What are you actually afraid of? You're actually picturing people laughing, or you forgetting your words, or maybe looking silly. But none of that has happened yet. You're just imagining it. So let me share something that happened to me last week. I needed to make an important phone call, but I kept putting it off. Every time I thought about it, my stomach would knot up. I was imagining the person on the other hand being angry or saying no to my request. For 3 days, I avoided making that 2-minute call. And when I finally did, guess what? The person was super nice and everything worked out fine. All that worry for nothing. Has anyone ever experienced something like that? Yes. This happens with all of us at some time or the other. Where the fear was only worse, right? So here's something cool about fear that most people don't realize. Fear is actually trying to help you. Do you agree? Yes, that is true. Fear is actually trying to help you. It's like a big flashing neon sign pointing to what matters to you. You're afraid of failing a test. It means doing well in school matters to you. If you're afraid of talking to someone new, it means connections matter to you. And if you're afraid of trying something new, it means your comfort and safety matter to you. So fear actually isn't your enemy. It's more like an overprotective friend who sometimes gives bad advice. My neighbor's daughter, Manasvi, was terrified of water. She wouldn't even put her face under the shower, but she really wanted to join her friends who were having pool parties. Her fear was actually showing her something important, that friendship and belonging mattered to her. And once she realized that, she found the courage to take baby steps towards the water. So, how do we actually get braver? I would call it the courage ladder. Imagine you want to climb to the top of a really tall ladder. Now, would you jump straight to the top rung? No way. You'd break your neck. You climb one rung at a time. So, facing your fears works the same way. You don't face your biggest fear all at once. You break it down into tiny baby steps. So let me show you how this works with a real example. A friend of mine, Manish, wanted to run a marathon, but he was afraid he couldn't do it. So he hadn't even run a mile before. Actually, that was the case that brought fear to him. So here's how his courage ladder looked. Rung one, walk for 10 minutes, three times a week. Rung two, walk or jog for 15 minutes. Then the next step, that is rung three, run 1 mile without stopping all the way up to running that marathon. So each small success gave him the confidence to take the next step. 6 months later, he crossed that finish line with tears in his eyes. He didn't conquer his fear in one giant leap. He did it one small step at a time. And you know what's awesome? Every time you climb one rung on your courage ladder, your fear muscle gets a little stronger. Just like working out builds physical strength, facing small fears builds your courage muscle. So let's talk about something or some everyday fears we all face. Teenagers might fear rejection from friends or looking uncool. A small step might be sharing an honest opinion, even when it's different from what your friends think. Maybe you're afraid of speaking up in class or meetings. A tiny step could be asking just one question this way. Many adults fear change or failure. If you're afraid of trying something new, maybe your first step is just watching a YouTube video about it. The mom who's afraid her cooking isn't good enough might invite just one friend over for dinner instead of hosting a big party. The dad who's nervous about dancing at his daughter's wedding might take one private lesson first. These aren't huge, dramatic steps. They're small, doable actions that help shrink those fears down to size. So think about, in fact, I would definitely want you to do something practical together. Yeah, let's do that. Think about three fears you have right now. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Just three things you're afraid of. I'm giving you 30 seconds to think. Please think only three fears, big or small, which you might be having. And now pick one of those fears, the one that's holding you back the most right now. So out of the three fears, choose one. And then break that fear into three tiny steps. So small, they almost seem too easy. Remember, we are building a ladder where each rung feels possible. For example, if you fear public speaking, step one might be practicing 1 minute talk in front of a mirror. Step two could be sharing that mini talk with one supportive friend. And step three might be volunteering to speak for 2 minutes in a small group. So the key is commit to taking one brave action today, just one small step that moves you in the direction of your fear. And then notice how you feel afterward. Even if it's scary in the moment, pay attention to how you feel once you have done it. And that feeling of pride and accomplishment is what builds your courage muscle. Remember our metaphor? Fear is a shadow. Walk towards the light and it shrinks. So, shadows can look enormous and scary, but they have no actual power over you. They can't hurt you. And the closer you move towards the light, towards action and truth, the smaller those shadow fears become. Every single person in this room is braver than you they actually think about themselves. Every day, in small ways, you're already facing fears. The key is to make it intentional, to recognize the ladder in front of you and consciously taking the next small step. So here's my invitation to all of you. Today, choose courage over comfort. Just once. Take one small step up your courage ladder. Feel the fear and do it anyway. And then tomorrow, take another step and another and another. Because life's greatest adventures, deepest connections, and most meaningful achievements all wait for us on the other side of the fear. Like we say, growth is on the other side of the comfort zone. So the world needs your gifts, your voice, and your ideas. And don't let fear keep them locked inside you. One brave step at a time, you can become the person you are meant to be. And with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening today.